meal planning, cooking at home is probably the #1 thing that will help you get to your fat loss, weight loss goals. Eating out is not going to get you anywhere. There's just too many variables that you can't control. Even if it seems healthy, a lot of times it's not really. So making a plan and eliminating excuses when the week gets busy is #1 thing. They say that diet is 70% or more of how our body looks and feels, and going to the gym is only about 30%. So it's huge. So you got to make the time to meal prep. So that being said, I just want to show you some of my tips and techniques and tricks for making meal prep easy and quick and not complicated. And we're going to start at the very beginning with making a plan. So what do you want to eat for the week? I use an app called Pepper Plate, which I'm going to pull up a screenshot for you here so that you can see it. Pepper Plate's awesome because I can kind of look at what I want to eat the whole week, and then I can make my grocery list, and it syncs seamlessly between my computer and my phone. And I don't know if you're like me, but I hate having paper anything. I lose it, misplace it. It's a goner. It doesn't work for me. So I kind of look at my week, and you'll see on my meal plan that I'm trying to think about what's going on that week. So do I have any plans for going out to eat already? So let's think about that. Do I know that I have to eat at work, not at home? Do I know I'm eating on the go and have no time to cook anything on a certain night? So I'm going to think about my schedule and my calendar and sync it with what I'm going to create for meals for the week. So another thing when you're making your plan that I want you guys to think about, and I've included this in your I've included this in emails and other posts and things, but your portions and your macronutrients basically is what we're looking at to make sure that what you're planning is balanced. The biggest thing I see when I'm looking at people's meal plans or at people's food journaling is that if you have physique goals, you want your body to be leaner, stronger, and you want to decrease fat or maintain fat loss, then you really need to think about how you're balancing out your macronutrients. Macronutrients, if you don't know, are fat, carbohydrates, protein. They are not like vitamin C, vitamin D. Those are not what we're looking at today. So there's a portions image that I'm going to pull up for you guys to look at, and I think about this when I'm creating my meals. So does my plan have enough protein, a little bit of carbs, or none, depending on what you're trying or what your goals are? Do I have a huge portion of vegetables? What's the healthy fat? Am I balancing out this meal, or is it accidentally all protein and veggies and I'm going to feel really hungry later? Or is it all accidentally too much carbs and not enough protein and healthy fats, and I'm also going to feel like I'm hungry later? So if we balance it out, you're going to feel much more satiated by the meals that you plan and much happier sticking to what you've prepared for the week. You could use an app like MyFitnessPal to track everything, or just try and get a nice big handful of protein, a huge handful of non-starchy veggies, about a thumb size of fats, and a small cupped hand of carbs, unless you're trying to decrease carbs. So after I've thought about what my plan is for the week, now I need to make my grocery list. So I have already looked when I was making my plan to see what I had in the refrigerator and the freezer and incorporating things that I hadn't used the week before. And now I'm going to see what I need to add to my list. So the other cool thing about Pepper Plate is that it automatically categorizes it into sections so that when you're grocery shopping, it's not a discombobulated all over the store kind of thing. Because I think with meal planning, grocery shopping all ties together. If you've got a complicated grocery list that involves going to 3 stores or all over the store and it's taking you too much time, the easier it is, the more likely we're going to do it. Alright, so after I've got my groceries and I'm home and I'm ready to prepare everything, I want to kind of get everything out so I can visualize and start thinking about what's going to be my best strategy for doing this massive cooking all at one time. So I know I'm going to make my salmon patties, I'm going to make chicken, hard-boiled eggs, I'm going to pre-chop some veggies, I'm going to chop some lemons because I like to have that for water, and anything else that I can think of that can be ready for the week so that my week goes smoother. I'm going to do my eggs first. I'm going to start that so that they can get going, because in the Instapot or pressure cooker, it does take a little bit of time for the pressure to build. So I'm going to throw all those eggs into the pot, and when you do this, you want to use a strainer, and I'll link, I think I've already linked, but I'll link the recipe for this. It's super easy and fast. So my eggs are cooking, and then I think that my next thing that I want to get started is my salmon patties. This recipe is really, you can mix it up with flavors. It's really versatile. I love it because it's got my protein and my carbs, and salmon has healthy fats too, so it's something I can pick up and eat if I don't have time to chop up stuff. It's good cold, it's good warm, it's good in a salad, it's good as a lettuce wrap, or sometimes I give them to Jerry so that he can put them in a sandwich. I think it would be really good, like if you had a good spinach tortilla kind of thing that you could wrap it in. They're awesome. If you haven't tried them, I recommend giving it a try. The idea of salmon and sweet potato for some people is kind of weird, but for some reason it works excellent. So this recipe is also going to be linked, and it's really easy. So I'm just going to mix up my salmon. I microwave the sweet potato and let it cool off, so that I had already done before. And 2 eggs, so I'll throw 2 eggs in there with it. And then whatever seasonings I want with a little bit of oil, mix it all together, form it into patties, and I'm going to throw that in the oven. So once that gets going, then I have some more space to keep working on my next project. Okay, so it took me about 5-10 minutes to prepare the salmon patties. They're ready to go in. And then right away I peeled another sweet potato and chopped the ends off of some asparagus and tossed them in oil so that they're ready to go in together. So we're going to, I set the oven to 375, like kind of in between 375 and 400, because it seems to work for both of these things. I don't know, for most of the things that I cook, it doesn't have to be super specific, you just kind of want to know when it's done. So we're going to throw those in the oven. And I set the timer for 20 minutes, and now my eggs have finished, so I'm going to get my chicken ready to go into the Instapot. If you don't have an Instapot, you could also do your chicken on another sheet pan. And I don't know if it would work all at the same time, I haven't tried that. But you could do another cycle of some chicken in the oven. You could do it slow cooker. If you've got a slow cooker, you could just let it go. Figure it'll be done by the time you eat dinner, and at that time you can package it, prepare it, move it around wherever you need it to go. So we're gonna do chicken and then chop vegetables. Okay, so the chicken in the Instapot is really pretty simple. I try to keep my seasonings pretty basic so that I can mix and match what I do with the chicken during the week. So I just did salt and pepper and a little bit of basil and thyme. I feel like I can probably use that for a couple different recipes. And then in the Instapot, I've already got chicken broth and some light sherry. I don't measure with this. I just need enough chicken broth. I just need enough liquid to cover the chicken. And it can be a variety of things. So with Asian stuff, I might do some sesame oil, some soy sauce or coconut aminos, and then a little bit of chicken broth along with that, maybe some crushed red pepper, things like that. So just mix up your seasonings and kind of think about what's going to work for a few different meals for the week. So I'll throw all my chicken in there, and I'll shut the lid, and it takes 12 minutes for this. So it'll be done really fast, and I'll just have to let it cool before I portion it up into salads and containers for the week. Okay, so I set the pressure cooker for 12 minutes, and it should be going. That's the last thing that I should have to cook. The rest of my meal prep is just cutting and chopping things that I know I can get ready and have in the fridge to make my life easier during the week. So I am going to prepare to have 2 salads pretty much ready, as far as like all the veggies and everything chopped inside there. And then I'm going to cut lemon because I like to have lemon for my waters for the week. I'm going to clean some grapes because I like to have those in my breakfast and also in one of my lunches where I need to eat it in the car. And grapes are something easy along with hard-boiled eggs that work for me while I'm driving. Not ideal, but it works. So now I'm just gonna get to chopping and dividing everything up into containers while my chicken is cooking and my potatoes and salmon are almost done. So I'll be able to take those out pretty soon and show you the finished product. My buzzer went off after 20 minutes and I still wanted to flip my salmon patties so that they get browned up on the other side too. So I flipped all of those over and I flipped my sweet potato wedges and I took out the asparagus. So this size asparagus seemed to work really good at the 20 minutes. I don't want it to be overcooked since I'm gonna eat it the next day. So we're gonna take that out and put these back in the oven. 5 more minutes should be plenty. Here you can see everything that I made. A lot of times I'll have almost everything ready and I'll just add some things in the morning, like avocado to salads, or the sweet potatoes, or adding some fruit to my overnight oats in the morning. So one last thing that I wanted to note is that some other stuff that I keep on hand are, I always have frozen vegetables. Especially I really like the new invention of riced cauliflower because I'll make jasmine rice for a stir fry or a curry, and then I can mix in some of this so that I have half the calories and then I'm getting more vitamins and nutrients by mixing in the cauliflower. Another one that I love is Trader Joe's roasted bell peppers and onions. They taste really good. They can easily be microwaved and added to leftover chicken for like a fajita salad or tacos. I've even added it to spaghetti when I felt like I didn't have enough vegetables, and I would do like some zucchini noodles, some regular noodles, some of these, and ground turkey, jarred tomato sauce, and dinner's done. Really simple. The other thing I always have on hand is sparkling water. Usually when I'm preparing dinner I put it in a wine glass so it feels a little fancy with my lemon, and not only are you getting more water through the day, which is super important, but you're also, the bubbles will make you maybe not eat so fast, and maybe not eat as much at dinner, which is always a good thing, so slow you down a little bit. So always have a stash of sparkling water and frozen backup plans to make things quick and easy for your meal prep. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any suggestions or if you want to see more, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.